All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the broadcast here from Titan Games and Hobbies of the Star City Games Standard State Championships for the state of Maryland. I'm Zach Gallegos.
I'm Marc Aquino.
We'll be bringing you a full day of standard action. Just cut right into our first match. We're getting going here in Lutherville. We have two players ready to roll here. Joel Sadowsky on the left and Shawn Rodriguez here on the right. Shawn is on the play. Looks like we're starting with a Warden of the First Tree. And a Warden of the First Tree. So, looks like we're engaged in a little bit of an aggro mirror here. We're going to work on getting that glare killed real quick here, guys. Sorry about that. Swinging in, pumping, no nonsense here. All right. So, fetching up the planes. Looks like Joel's going to reciprocate, return the favor there, swing in with those wardens. And pass back to Shawn. Okay. Shawn thinking about this here. Looks like he has a Dramoka's command in hand. And also looks like he's not necessarily ready to take damage. Yep. So here it comes. Dramoka's command. It's going to fight. Remove that Warden from Joel's side and clear the way. Get in a little bit more beats. Pretty fast-paced game already. I mean, just two Warden of the First Tree staring each other down.
That's
Stale break there with the Dramoka's command.
yeah, we're hoping. Well, as later on by round 2, we'll have all the deck lists sorted out, so we'll have access to deck lists for our discussion for future coverage. Hopefully, we'll have by game 2, they'll have that figured out for us here, so we can see if these are standard Abzan aggro builds or
any sort of shenanigans that they may be up to. So Joel recently won the WMCQ in Philadelphia at Eternal Weekend over everyone's favorite aggro player, Andy Boswell. Star City Games, well-known player on that scene, like just tore it up recently with Abzan aggro himself. I don't know what Joel played that day. I don't know if he played Abzan aggro that day as well. Obviously, different standard format at that time, right? This was before Battle for Zendikar hit the scene, but okay. He's got an air down. That's problematic. I mean, Death Touch block, right? Sort of puts Joel on the back foot. Joel already down to 9. That Dramoka's command really set.
Oh yeah, that just basically that's put him on the back foot now. I'm trying to see these cards. I don't know if he had a siege. Did he have a siege rhino in there? And a source of black.
I see a gun protector.
Oh, he's on. This is green white megamorph.
Yeah,
that's what these guys are on.
Yep. Well, Joel's definitely on the green white, but we have a black splash for sure on the right.
So Abzan aggro versus green white megamorph.
Hopefully we get this deck list soon. We can tell you guys for sure what we've got going on here, but that's what it looks like to me. Just going to offer the trade here. There's a Nissa in hand and a Den Protector. Looks like we're going to go for the Nissa. Search. And I wonder if he's going to pass from here. Keeping Dramoka's command up. He's got a Dramoka's command in hand, I believe, and so I think he just wants to keep it up.
He already has 4th land drop, though. That's all he's going to have is that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep, you're right. He's just putting it into hand.
Good God, how much is that Warden gonna do? Alright. right.
So what is that full art promo? Alright guys, so Joel playing very carefully here, trying to figure out what his line is to kind of get him out of this situation. Hasn't really been able to put a lot of pressure on Shawn since that initial warden on warden violence, courtesy of a Dramoka's command. But Joel's got...
He's got a full grip.
I mean, he's got a Den Protector. Yeah, he's
There
going
it
to play
is.
the Den Protector out. Looks like he's going to leave up Morph.
And you said he had a command in his hand?
I thought I saw a command, but it might have been a fetch. He moves his hand around pretty quickly, so yeah, it looks like a command.
Alright. Oh, these Magic players and their card shuffling ways.
See if I can get an update on what that promo is, because the glare is killing it for us too, guys. Sorry. Joel considering his blocks here.
Yeah, this is that part of who gets to blow the other person out.
Okay, so it's an Air of the Wilds promo.
Okay.
So more Death Touch nonsense, right? So whoever he puts in front of that, if he puts anyone in front of it, that's the question. But open mana, you know, Dramoka's command in hand. Looks like he's going to flip, though. Bring back a Warden. Get the counter. And that's a trade regardless. Does he not take out the air?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, alright, there we go. Cool, and it looks like Joel gonna go down. Now, Joel's down to 1. It's looking grim.
I've seen him come back from this sort of situation.
For sure. He certainly has the tools at his disposal. That Den Protector, I mean, got a lot of value off that. Still has that Dramoka's command. Gonna play another Den Protector. Really just needs to make it one more turn, get that Nissa to flip, right? I mean, he flips that Nissa.
And he has a nice fat.
And he's got a nice
out.
4/4.
Oh. Shawn just drew an
Abzan Charm. Shawn just trying to think about the most beneficial way to do this, but yeah, I mean, he's got to get into the red zone. Now, keep in mind, Joel does still have the Dramoka's command, but I think he really just wants to flip that Den Protector and start chaining Den Protectors at this point.
Seems good. It seems like he's still got some land. He gets his next land drop. He gets the 4/4.
Gets the chain Den Protectors. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got game here. He's by no means completely out of this. It's just a very tricky situation to play out of, for sure. I mean, your back's to the wall.
Yeah,
any mistake, it loses you the game.
One Siege Rhino.
Yeah,
it's over.
That's true. That's true, too. You're right. I mean, he could top deck the kill. Wow, he's going to block with the Nissa. Interesting.
Maybe the Morph's not a Den Protector. I would think it's a Den Protector.
He's going to pump, right? So maybe he thinks that, oh, that's big. I think the plan here was to trade effectively, right? But now that Abzan Charm just wipes the board and makes it, wow. Yeah, I mean, the idea there was to trade. I think Joel wanted to get a good trade and then come back. Yeah, right. That Abzan Charm just did it in there. So it looks like Shawn's going to take game 1 over Joel. So as these guys get in here and start to get their stuff in order, I'm gonna have to bring the cameras down a little on those next time, but that's all right. So now it'll be interesting to see what comes in for these matchups. I see a few copies of Gideon in Joel's list. I'm just kind of trying to see as they shuffle through here what I see coming in, what I see coming out. It looks like some number of the Gideons may be coming out. Alright, so we're being told we have 86 players today with 7 rounds. Holy cow. We're going to be here it's going to be a long day, ladies and gentlemen. Get seven rounds, cut to top 8.
We should have deck lists coming in pretty soon.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, we have 86 players in 7 rounds. Fantastic.
All right, let's take a look at the camera views. I made some adjustments. Hopefully, we can actually see their faces at this point in time.
No problem. So,
Still,
we get a great view of Joel though. There we go. Shawn Rodriguez gearing up here for what should be an eventful game. Yeah, it just seemed like Shawn had the right cards at the right time, right? I mean, it just...
Yeah, well, you know, it's rough.
And he's on the play. I think that does make a big difference when you're... I mean,
Warden.
yeah, when your Warden is always a step ahead of your opponent's Warden, when your Dromoka's commands are coming in, on time. So, looks like Shawn has an Ultimate Price, a copy of Ultimate Price that I can't see not coming in. 2 copies of Utter End. 2 copies of Evolutionary Leap in his sideboard. I don't believe he'll be bringing those in. 1 Infinite Obliteration.
You don't bring that in.
No, he won't need that here. That's for your Eldrazi Ram.
Yeah.
That's for your
logs out.
Your Aristocrat style decks, right? If you can Infinite Obliteration a Tuka Husk, you're probably in really good shape. Infinite Obliteration the Cutthroat, you're probably in really good shape, but that's not coming in here. He definitely has 4 Siege Rhinos. He's got 3 main deck and Offensive the Foremost. That's actually a really big deal against a Megamorph deck, right? So you're shutting off. You put that Anafeds out there, you start to shut off those chain Den Protectors, those chain Deathless Raptors. So getting underway here. Joel's on the play, gonna fetch up. Looks like they're both gonna do some fetching here. What do we have in Joel's? Joel's board here.
2 Silk Wraps.
Silk Wrap, yep.
I think that's coming in.
I would definitely think so. Mastery of the Unseen? What do you think about that here?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't think that comes in.
Hangerback Walker, okay. So we've got a Hangerback Walker staring down a Warden. Joel, again, these Wardens really put a hurt on in the early game. I mean... Okay, Warden on Warden violence. Shambling Vent is the draw for Shawn. Yeah, he'll play it.
Okay, so no Abzan Charm on this turn then.
No. Is there a Dromoka's Command? Or a Valorous Stance? That looks like a Valorous Stance. He's gonna get in, and Joel's gonna receive the damage. Says bring it on.
I mean, it's turn 3 and he's already at 13.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting a little crazy. And now there's a Seeker of the Way, right? So this lifelink and the Shambling Vent has lifelink. I mean, Shawn might really start to run away with it here if he can get these tools online. But That being said, this Hangerback Walker is getting big too.
Absent Charm is online.
Yeah, double Shambling Vent. There's a Siege Rhino and a sword in his hand.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean we're about to enter the mid-range phase of this game where things could get pretty rough. Joel's holding a land. A Wingmate Rock. There's a Valor Stance. Triggers the Prowess.
And Lifelink.
Yeah.
Which is just going to make it even that much harder for Joel to crawl back.
Yeah, Joel has a Valor Stance of his own, it looks like. He's considering playing it here. Nope, gonna let it roll. Okay. I wonder what Joel's concerned about here. He just really wants to get that Hangerback Walker up.
Well, the problem is if you put it into don't necessarily want to get him up into Absent Charm range, you know?
True, but I mean, he was tapped out at that point. So he could Valor Stance. They would at least he would trade, and then he'd have the Hangerback Walker up.
That's true.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that line. But again, I don't really.
Oh, Wingmate Rock.
Yeah.
All right. All of a sudden, now it's a.
Siege Rhino though. Siege Rhino, Soren. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff still. Joel's not out of the. We're gonna get that. We'll get that replaced with a birdie token here.
I think the Pokemon token's actually
Pokemon.
quite nice.
It's flavor, right? Get some flavor. Yeah. So I mean, the Wingmate Rock definitely stalemates the Soren, right? So Soren, not really what's gonna happen.
Yeah, this seems like a Siege Rhino kind of turn.
We're being informed that that's a Zapdos. I'm not a big Pokemon guy, but I'll take your word for it.
Sure. He's no Pikachu.
This might be the only Pokemon I know. Maybe like a Charmander. I think I'm up on Charmander. Okay,
Anafenza. Okay.
Yeah, all right. I don't know, but Joel's taken to the skies, you know? That's solid damage that he can just bring in there.
And gain life.
Yeah, I mean, this match just got a little weird.
Oh, does he have another Wingmate Rock in his hand?
He does.
Oh, this is about to get.
This is gonna get disgusting.
Brutal. Come on! Sorry, I know that I should be impartial, but come on, Joel.
We definitely want to see more Wingmate Rocks.
Yeah, let's get to an exciting game 3.
I'd like to see a murder of Wingmate Rocks. Is that the problem? Is it a gaggle? A gaggle of Wingmate Rocks?
Well, if they were crows, they'd be a murder.
So, they might put the murder down here in a minute if we get 4 rocks out. But Anafenza can get out of control too. I mean, especially with these smaller creatures, and if he plays that Soren, gives lifelink, they all start getting bigger, you know?
But if Joel has 3/4 flyers, when they attack, gain him 8 life.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure what... I mean, Abzan Charm obviously could help take those out. Ultimate Price, which we know he has to have at least 2 copies of in now. I assume he brought the one from the board in. And he has a Murderous Cut, so he definitely has ways to deal with these. There's Silk Wrap. Oh,
there it is. I think that's going to be.
That is very rough. Yeah, very, very rough, because he can still Valor Stance. Mm-hmm. He can still activate the Hangerback Walker. I mean, Self-Inflicted Wound is the draw for Shawn. Looks like maybe he's also holding. Is that the Soren, or did he draw Gideon at some point here? So, man.
Welcome to crazy life point swings.
Yeah, man, big time life point swings. I'll be curious to see what happens here, but that Silk Wrap on that Anafenza with Shawn missing his 5th land drop is huge, right? I mean, he essentially time walks him. He spent a whole turn, did nothing in his attack phase, played the Anafenza out, didn't swing into the rocks, passed, untaps, loses that creature, and still doesn't get damage on the board, right? While taking what he took.
Well, the problem
swing
is
there.
The big problem is I think Joel's
6
more than
points
happy
damage?
to just have the Hangerback Walker die and then gain ridiculous amounts of life.
Oh, at this point,
while smashing Shawn
absolutely.
in the face.
Yeah, absolutely. Dramoka's Command. Look at all this. He's expending a lot of resources to get rid of these Wingmate Rocks. I think he's going to
Here it
Valor
comes.
stance. Derp. That's not good. But he does get the inoffensive back on the board with that Dramoka's command, so that's nice.
Oh, now he's
For
tapped
Shawn,
out.
but
He's going
yeah,
some smashes.
I definitely think this is going to start to get kind of rough. Now, that inoffensive does pose a problem for Joel because he just drew a Den Protector, so...
But if he's still got that other Wingmate Rock, I mean, I think that's going to be the game plan here.
I think you stay on that into the skies here for sure because there's no way. There are 2 Wingmate Rocks here in Shawn's deck. He still has the removal, right? He's got the ult prices, the Murderous Cuts, the Abzan Charms. I mean, he has ways of dealing with this.
There it is.
Yeah, and he's just going to come in.
More than happy to trade an Anafenza for his hangerback.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Wingmate Rock.
This puts Shawn at in a really rough spot because when that second Wingmate Rock comes down, that's going to be lethal on board for next turn.
I'm wondering what Shawn's looking at. He's like waiting before he...
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, another Wingmate Rock. Return of Zapdos. This is... Yeah. So it looks like if Shawn doesn't draw the answer or an answer here, his time is...
I think if he's got the Sorin,
It's
he's got to
this
play the
turn,
Sorin
right?
now.
I think it's this turn. There's a Siege Rhino, but I'm just not sure that gives you as much value. He's gonna pass. What did he pick up? Is it the Abzan Charm? Abzan Charm, and is there another Dramoka's command? Is that what we're looking at? He can't play both, though. Interesting. I'm surprised no activation. Oh, well, it exiles it. He exiles
There you
it.
go.
So. Yeah, Shawn's packing it in.
If he had the Sorin, he could have
Yeah.
played it, gone for lifelink.
Looks like Shawn's packing it in on this one. So
All right.
headed to game 3.
Here we go.
All right. So it looks like players aren't really going to change their sideboard plans too much. Didn't really see. We saw the. Let's see. We saw Silk Wrap from Joel come in.
Yep. We saw the...
We saw Self-Inflicted Wound
from Shawn.
from Shawn. And I'm not sure if he brought in the second Sorin or just left. He has a main deck Sorin.
Okay.
But I have to assume that ultimate price is in there, the second ultimate price. And the second Valor stance. We saw at least 2 Valor stance, so...
It seems like the right thing to do. I don't know that anything else comes in from Joel's board besides the 2 Silk Wraps.
So we're being told that apparently a rock is similar to an eagle, so the proper term is a convocation or an area of rocks. I still like murder, because that's basically what they did.
Or what you need to do
That's
to
basically what they did.
All right, now this is it's gonna be pretty critical. If Shawn pulls another turn 1 Warden here,
Yeah, those wardens have been great for him. And then that rock, though, those rocks were just backbreaking.
oh my gosh!
And
yeah.
we're looking at Shawn's hand the whole time, just saying, like, goodness, how does this hand just run away with this game? But missing the 5th land drop was big. Missing 5 and 6, really, for that matter, because you want to be able to play your 4s, keep your combat tricks up. You know, he wants to have his Dramoka's commands. He wants to have his Valor stances ready. So missing, lands 5 and 6 were really big there for him. But as we saw in game 1, I mean, Shawn's deck can just gas in the first couple of turns. So,
I mean, Joel didn't have the greatest hand game 1. I mean, he got up to 6 land. And he still had some in hand, from what I could see.
Yeah, I mean, he was put on the back foot immediately, though, in the dueling Warden situation, where that Dramoka's command just sort of really put him in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're swinging at each other with exactly the same resources, so to speak, you're kind of saying, hey, we're going to keep playing this game of chicken until one of us does something with it, right? So you stay on the attack, and you stay on the attack to tell your opponent, like, hey, look, I'm not worried about yours. And then when you're able to do something like fight and remove and then still get your attack damage in, that's really big, you know? Yeah, Dramoka's Command. Just what a disgusting card. Like, what a card, man. Like,
I like it.
a lot of these commands, you know, you've got your Atarka's Command. These two mana commands are
Oh,
gross.
he got it.
There it is.
All right.
Here we go.
He's going to play a second land, plump, and smash face for...
Self-inflicted wound
Oh,
is a
no.
draw.
Only a shot for one.
Shot for one.
That's a nice change for Joel. But he'll give himself another point of damage there. Excuse me, he'll pay a life.
He'll pay the life. He'll pay the toll. To get the duel's soul. Getting the duel? Yeah, Canopy Vista. God, fetching duels in Standard just feels so dirty.
That feels great.
Doesn't it? It's so cool. Looks like we're going to get a Hangerback Walker here. Yep. And it's going to pass. An Heir of the Wilds. This is the draw for Shawn. Just getting in, giving it the pumps.
Did he just miss his land drop?
No, yeah.
Oh.
He did miss his third land drop.
Joel did not.
Oh, so these lands. How many lands? So 25 lands in both decks? Interesting. I'm seeing a lot more fetches, though, for Joel. A lot more fetches. Joel's running 11 fetches. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's a big difference in these decks. 11 fetches is a huge deal. That's a lot of fetches.
Jeez.
And he doesn't have any delve spells either, so it's not like he's feeding anything. I think he just doesn't want to draw a land. He just wants to stay gassed.
Well,
you know?
game one, that's, you know, you saw what happened there when that's what he did. He just drew a ton of land.
Yeah. That's a big difference, though, too. Like, I know Joel's a modern player. Joel's just a Magic player in general. He plays all formats, you know. So something like knowing the value of a fetch land. Silk Wrap comes in, getting in for 3. To thin versus something like playing 4 Sandstep Citadels. You know, being 2-color really helps a lot with that also. He doesn't have to worry about those things. He'll just say, hey, I just need forests and plains, and we're going to get going. We're going to move. 4 Sandstep Citadel, though, that really slows you down when you could be running like more. He's got, 1 Wooded Foothills, 4. He's running 5 fetches.
Oh, man, the Air Force is in effect
Air Force,
with life gain.
yep.
At stuck at 2 land, I don't know how Shawn comes out of this one.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Shawn.
9 in the air with 5 life gain, and he just discarded.
Oh, yeah, poor Shawn. This is the worst feeling in Magic. This is absolutely the worst feeling.
That's the risky keep, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, big swing. Big swing.
All right. So I think Lotus, Wrath of God here.
Yeah, and Lotus into Wrath of God would do it, yeah. All right.